Hello. So I'm going to take you through step 6 first, your product cost calculation for direct materials. Okay, so we're going to do step 6, product cost calculation, specifically direct materials. Okay, so the name of my little business venture is called Planting Perfection. I do custom planting of someone's existing flower beds, planter boxes, etc. So if there's neglected flower pots, planter beds, I am the one to help out. So my direct materials are soil, flowers, and adornments. So probably from the first video, you saw that I had an existing flower planter box that my husband and daughter made me like over a year ago, and I haven't planted anything in it, and I am not the only one that's afflicted with that. Like I was saying, the planter boxes at my daughter's school have been empty and without flowers since she was in kindergarten. So that's where the idea for this little business popped up from. And again, I'm not going to actually make this a business, but the point is to just kind of think about it, right? This is what I'm already doing. So this is something that I can just have fun costing while I'm working on this project. So I'm saying if I want to make custom planting of existing flower beds, here are my product costs. And this is assuming the space is, I think it was 7 inches by 18 inches, right? Because that's going to derive a lot of these costs. If it's anything more than this, I'm going to need more soil, more flowers, maybe more adornments. So just be specific for what this cost is for. And that can be one of the things you address in your analysis is say, if I want to ever expand to bigger planter beds, it's going to affect my costs, right? So right now, all the costs I show are for these dimensions. Let me insert a line here. Again, you don't have to use the format that I'm showing you. It's just a way that helps me organize all my figures. You're free to use any format as long as you contain all the same details that I have here. So I'm going to list the price that I paid. So for soil, the one bag that I purchased was $5.59. I did have to pay sales tax. The sales tax for Santa Clara County is 9.25%. 0.0925. Let me make that a little bigger so you can see. Okay, because I believe California is 9% and then the county of Santa Clara is 0.25 on top of that. Let me make that into a dollar sign. Alrighty, so that means the total cost that I paid was the sales price plus the sales tax. So for soil, I spent $6.68 after sales tax. How many, like quantity did I use? Oh goodness, quantity did I use for my one flower bed? I used the entire bag of soil. I was kind of surprised. That means my price per unit, one unit again being a flower bed that's 7 by 18 inches, is this times quantity. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and wrap that so it fits a little bit nicer. Center it. Center all these guys. Yoink. Right, I can make it look pretty later. All right, flowers. A 6-pack, was it 6 packs? 4, I think it was an 8-pack. Yeah, it was an 8-pack. My 8-pack of petunias were $3.99. Oh, hey, now stay in dollar signs, please. 3.99. Sales tax is the same, so I can just copy down my formulas. To copy, I'm doing Control-C and Control-V, or you could just go to the cell and drag down. Alrighty, and there was a quantity of 8 per pack. So this is the price per pack. And there was 8 in there and I used 4. So let's figure out my price per unit is. Again, this is going to vary depending on how price cost per unit. Carry that here. Carry that format here. Okay. Cost per unit was the same. Probably should update this formula now to grab from H. Enter. So my cost per unit, since there were 8, would be this, divide by 8. There were 8 little flowers per tray. And I used 4 in my final planter box. That means the amount of flowers that I used in one 7 by 18 inch flower bed, the cost was $2.54. Okay, again, you don't have to use this format. It's up to you. I'm just showing you the calculations. Adornments. So I had 2 stone birds and I had 1 garden gnome. Each stone bird was $4.99. Why is that still in percentages? Yeah. Sales tax, total cost. I got, so that is the cost for 1. And I used 2, had to have 2 to make them lovebirds. I used 2 in my flower bed. So for those 2 stone birds, $12.17. I knew they were going to be the priciest. All these decorations, those were the priciest. You just wait and see. The garden gnome was $8.99. And cost per unit, and I used 1 garden gnome. Bugging me. There. Alrighty. So you can see right away, so this might be something for me to mention in my written analysis, is how darn pricey those adornments are. The adornments alone are $22, right? So that could be something for me to mention. And in my analysis, I could provide recommendations for how to get that cost down. I think I mentioned it, or I will mention it in my video. One of the things we're going to do for her school planter boxes, because I'm not paying that for her school, we're going to paint rocks, right? And we're going to make little decorations out of also wooden popsicle sticks. So we're going to hand make those, so it'll be a lot cheaper. But that is one area for improvement right now. Another thing I recommend, since you have to cite your sources in terms of where we got this cost information, right? So all this came from Ace. Right, that way I know you didn't make up numbers. So go ahead and provide me your source. I have my receipt and I could have attached my receipt to my project, right, if I wanted to. Let's go ahead and add it up to get our total DM cost. We're actually not done. Let's say preliminary DM cost. We're not done yet, but I'll probably make a separate video for the next part. So this one doesn't go too long. Equals sum. Okay, so right now we're at $31 just for direct materials for my little planter boxes. In the next video, we'll talk about what we're missing from DM before we get our final DM calculation.